We have Bob Yan of Pidzoom. If you didn't know, the dude has been around for a very, very, very long time, innovating in all sorts of ways since the dawn of the electric unicycle, or at least it feels like it. So, Bob, why don't you tell the people at home a little bit about your time at InMotion, kind of how that came to be, and then the innovations that will kind of like the mindset that led you over to doing the Pidzoom thing, if you don't mind, just kind of bring the people up to speed.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Johnny. It's always a pleasure talking to you. And
Absolutely,
uh,
brother.
yeah, I'm one of the co-founder of Emotion, and in 2021, I became the CEO of Emotion, and I lead the Emotion V13 and V14 development. And some people may know there are some other scooters projects that were going on during that period of time. Um, uh, but in 2023, it came to an end. I work in Motion because I have been working there for decades, and there were some changes in the management strategy, and their team uh, were changing back at that time. And I thought it's a time for me to start my own journey. And so I realized that back to that time, there are a lot of accessories relating to safety, specifically riding safety and charging safety, because there was a lot of fires, especially for EUC industries. It's catastrophe, make a lot of bad stories.
I
So
remember that was a really hard
yeah,
time. That was a bad time. Lots of burning
yeah,
down a lot of different things.
yeah. It's so heartbreaking to see there are houses burning down constantly. So the first thing I came up is I need to figure out something that can help uh, riders to charge safely, to protect their property, and not only their wheels and their property and uh, their own safety. Uh, so this is a charging safety, and also EUC riders were so passionate, and people try to do insane and crazy things more and more, especially in recent years. But uh, it's only one wheel, right? It's uh,
There's
physically,
yeah.
yeah, physically it's has intention to fall down, and I saw a lot of riders have broken bones or something like that. So I personally, I uh, make some hurts to myself uh, sometimes. So I realized that riding safety is also very important for the riders. And so um those safety issues were the first things I came up that I, I may need to do something to help EUC riders. And then to think it deeper, I realized that there are a lot of third-party accessory producers for either motorcycle or bikes, or not mentioned to cars, but there were not any dedicated accessory producers for EUCs or for personal electric personal vehicles.
And
So
so to bring everybody up to speed to exactly where we are right now. So that brings us from In Motion, where Bob's roots are, through the journey of feeling like we've got to have a little bit more of a safe strategy for riding electric unicycles, and then recognizing further that we didn't have rather until Pidzoom a dedicated manufacturer of these safety specialty things. Like in bicycles, there's this sort of thing. In motorcycles, there's this sort of thing. So every single niche had their thing. And until Pidzoom came along, we didn't actually have that in the electronic unicycle space. I just want to give a quick shout out to everybody over there at the chat. We've got electric unicycle out there. That's Dale. We've got Skits, EUC out there. We got Green Master Mike out there. We've got Jaquan out there. We got a full house out there, man. I'd like to thank
Mhm.
everybody for tuning in with us tonight and hanging out through the technical difficulties that we had there early on. So just keep on vibing, guys. Thank you so much for being here, and big old thumbs up. So um,
Mhm.
when you first, one of the last things that you did when we had talked riding was you went on this really epic long trip with your son. It was like a 3 day kind of affair. And I was just wondering, man, like, have you guys like gotten back into any of these long adventures or another kind of like noteworthy trip? Are you guys riding the EUCs together much at all? And yeah, like if so, like kind of what wheels that you're leaning into. And yeah, just kind of curious, like the wheels you're leaning into right now. Any fun rides with your son? Like how's that all going?
Yeah, actually, it's not 3 days. It's like 12 days trip. It's
12 days. Oh my
yeah,
God. See, I
it's
undershot that by a long shot, guys. So 12 days. It was 1,000 miles, right? 1,000 miles?
yeah, 1,000 miles. A very
Sheesh.
long road trip with my 10-year-old son. So it's a amazing experience for both of us.
See, we've got was another big supporter out there, the Pitzoom mirror. What a difference it made on my street ride. Much better than the wrist mirror. So you got a lot of supporters out there, Bob. So as you were saying, sorry, brother.
Yeah. Thank you for all the supporters. Uh, and and talking about the ride. So recently, that was a very long road trip with my son. But after that, uh, we changed a little bit to we recently we are more enjoying the trail ride.
Mhm.
Because the trail ride has a lot of more fun than the road ride. Road ride for us is like we need to always stand there or sit down. But in trails, there's a lot of different obstacles. It's like there's a lot of adventures, and we have to
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
fall. We have
absolutely.
to stand up. It has a lot of fun, and especially for my son, I think it's very good for him. You know, every time we go out, he will fall a couple of times, but he need to stand up uh, and be smarter next
Well,
time. So
one of the
it's a
things
very
that
yeah.
one of the things that we say is that if you're not falling, you're not learning. So it's part of the
Yeah,
process, I feel like.
yeah, and it's for kids. I think it's very important to make him tough and it's better for to uh, make
It's like
them like
resilient,
yeah,
is
resilient and perseverant
yeah,
perseverance.
absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah. So
And what are the wheels that you
oh,
guys ripping around on out there?
actually, we have Emotion V14 and Patin S.
Nice, nice.
Those are
So who's
the small
who's riding what?
versions.
Who's riding what? Are you on the
And
V14 or is your son on the V14?
yeah, we were switching the wheels constantly. Sometimes I ride 10,
Okay,
sometimes I ride V14. Yeah.
nice. That's awesome, man. Well, um, there's there's a couple of things that like in my mind when I think about what it is to be an innovator inside of this safety EUC space. There's so many ideas that people have. There's so many things that like have to come across your desk. I mean, like personally on Facebook, I see so many ideas that people have. And like, what is it that makes an idea worthwhile for you? Like, what is it that makes the idea like something that you feel like we've got to go ahead and take action and go this way? Like, what makes it something that is a green light and worth your time, effort, and energy? Is it, the way that you hear the community? Is there rumblings in the community, or is it a need that you yourself see, or like how does it come about?
Yeah, great question. For Pitzoom, we are customer-oriented brand, and we are a small team, and we constantly get engaged with writers' activity, and we are talking to uh, writers constantly. And of course, we receive a lot of ideas, like just like you mentioned just now, uh, regularly. So we have some basic principle that we consider which project we need to we it's necessary for us to put our resources to make it happen.
Hmm.
You know, we have limited resources. We are a very small team. Um, so the first thing should be uh, compatible across different brands. That project should not be specifically making for only one model or one company. Let's say uh, uh, if we were to develop some headlight or something like that, we should not limit it to only to be able to install to one model of wheels, because you know you see we are a small community, but when we make third-party accessories, we are trying very hard to make it to be benefit to all riders. So that's our first principle.
Can you clarify a little bit what you mean by like by all riders? Is that all riders on like skateboards, bikes, and like golf carts, or is that like riders who are street riders, like EUC riders who are street riders, EUC riders who are trail riders? Is that what you mean? Like, can you clarify a little bit?
Of course, when trying to like compatibilities, for example, if we were to make a light only for Liperkin wheels, right?
Okay, okay,
Because
I see what you
the
mean.
size, the dimensions, the screw, the hose, if it's
Okay,
only fit to the Liperkin wheels, that project we may it cannot come to our priority. So if we are
okay.
making some lights, we are trying to make it to be.
I see what you're saying. So like when people say, "Oh, it would be awesome if you could do this for the Patent S," or "It would be awesome if you could do this for the Apex." It's
Mhm.
like it's if you can't have utility across all platforms, then you don't want to mess with that as a project per se.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
cool. Thank you
yeah.
for clarifying, Bob. Thank you. I hope that you guys, I hope I'm not, you guys are probably smarter than me. So I'm just, I'm trying to do it for the people in the back that are slow. So,
Sorry.
and it
Yeah.
looks like, the last hours, the other ones have, so it looks like you've got a positive feedback on your lights right here from Electric Unicycle. That's a EUC wheeler, Dale down in Australia, saying with the solid colors, they last hours. So that's really positive. Um, and you know that other ones you've had has only lasted about 45 minutes. So that's pretty cool, man. It's really awesome to see that you're getting so much positive feedback out here. People hold the EUC community at large to a very aggressive standard. So it's nice to see positive feedback for sure. And again, thanks to everybody out there at home. I know it's the day after 4th of July. You may be nursing hangovers or you may be early in the morning, depending on where you're at. But I appreciate you taking the time to hang out with Bob and I, and your time is very valuable. So we'll keep on trucking through. So oh man, okay, so there's one thing that I was really curious about, that you guys had ended up doing at one point in time, and it was when you announced the partnership with EUC World, right?
Mhm.
So when you announced that partnership, I was ecstatic because it really seemed like you guys were doubling down inside of the whole ecosystem and not just on the products that you as in Pidzoom were manufacturing, but in terms of pairing with this company that had been established and is doing their own thing. So can you tell me a little bit about like how that came to be, and maybe we can dive into a little bit more of the details of that as well?
Yeah, we noticed that a lot of writers are so getting used with the EUC word. It's very popular, and they can set up a lot of parameters and customize their views with their EUC word, that app. Uh, Standing in the shoes of the writers, we want to make their writing the whole experience seamlessly. We don't want to create too much burden. Like even they use our product, we don't want them to install a lot of things and get uh, very the process too complicated. So when I noted that EUC Word, they have that possibility to connect Bluetooth devices, then I realized that it's time for us to talk to the creator to about the integration of the emotion Pitzoom of the Pitzoom chargers. So in that case, users do not need to install extra app, and they just use their existing one. They have less hassle to use another device. So that's standing the from the rider's point of view. I think it will be much more convenient. So we it's not necessary to always think from the Pitzoom
Hmm.
standpoint. Uh, that's pretty easy actually. The creator, his name is Sab. I remember.
Hmm.
It's very easy going, and when I contacted him, it's very pleasant and very easy conversation, and he agreed that it's a good idea to uh, to be able to support Pitzoom charger. So it
That's
happens.
awesome. So, like,
Yeah.
was it hard to like make that work?
Um. Uh. Maybe it's not that hard. It's there were some protocols they need to like there something like APIs like because uh, Bluetooth the app connected the charger via Bluetooth. So
Mhm.
uh, it's kind of like you control your wheel, right? Because we have Bluetooth built in the wheels. So this is why the app can control the wheels, can change the parameters or some settings in your wheels. So it's the same
Mhm.
case when it comes to the chargers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, is that something that happens with all of the chargers, or is that something that can only happen with a certain series of charger?
It can only work on certain series of the chargers.
And can you, for the audience at home, can you let them know which ones?
Um, it's for Pitzoom, it's uh, HW170 series.
Okay, so the 170 series, the one that goes from 84, is it the knob spinny one?
It's a touch screen
The
version.
touchscreen one.
Yes.
Okay, okay, okay. Awesome. So guys, if you've got the touchscreen PidZoom charger and you haven't accessed that fun utility, now you know. If you have EUC World app, give it a go, check it out, and set the parameters and enjoy the ride. It looks like we've got a really cool question from the audience.
Mhm.
We've got from Greenmaster Mike. Will PidZoom make a speaker system for the helmet to use music or answering phone calls like a Cardo system? But we all know that they have a lot of those weird systems out there that are not nearly as good as a Cardo system. And I think I asked you about this a long time
Mhm.
ago, if
Mhm.
you would jump into that foray. But it looks like we're having more people inquire now. So is the cost prohibitive to jump into the arena over there with with the Cardo or with the Senna sort of headsets, or what does that look like? Is that possible?
Yeah, I think that's a very good question. Intercom is very useful, especially when we have the long road trip with my son.
I remember you
Yeah,
said
yeah,
that.
yeah. That's one of the most important devices that I bought because talking when you were riding on the road, then the wind noise is so big, so it's very hard to hear each other's talking. So if you have intercom, it's make your road trip very fun. You can have a chat all the time. So not only enjoying the riding the views on the road, but also enjoy the times that you ride with your teammates. So it's a very useful and a device. But uh,
Agreed, 100%.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But talking about if Pitzoom um, is about should make such kinds of devices, um, we thought about that project for a long time, and to be honest, it's we haven't decided to pull the trigger is because it seems the market right now is very competitive, and uh, you know, Cardo, uh, uh, a lot of big brands. It seems their products are good enough. So we uh, haven't found anything that uh,
So
have
let me
too much
ask the
problem
audience,
unsolved. Yes,
let me
I
ask the
don't know.
audience and
Yeah.
and then we'll get back to this. Let me
Mhm.
say, guys, what would it take for you to consider a headset that wasn't a Cardo or a Sena headset? Like, what would Pidzoom have to do? Would they have to make something that was better in quality? Would they have to make something that was cheaper but still good quality? Like, I don't know if you guys have tried many of the different headsets out there. I'm sure between everybody there has been, but if you could give us a little bit of feedback, and then we'll circle back to that question, so that way we can have a clear idea of what it is that even you guys want, or what we'd be stepping into. Um, but the one of the big reasons why I reached out to you and I really wanted to talk to you this, like at this time, was because I saw a post from a gentleman who went on a cross country ride. And one of the things that he mentioned two times, he mentioned it, I won't say over and over again, but that's dramatic. It was the fact that a helmet mounted mirror was absolutely important, pertinent, and far superior to a wrist mounted mirror. And then he went on to mention the durability of the Pidzoom mirror, and that he used that for his countrywide, trek from side to side. And so I just wanted to see kind of like how it felt to have something that was so simple in terms of like what it is. I mean, it seems like such a simple idea, but it seems to have become such a commonplace tool in our community. And not only that, but to me, this is a big deal. It's a big deal that somebody felt like this was part of their quintessential, like this is the important tools that they needed to travel from one side of the country to the other. So where does that put your head? How does that feel, man?
It feels very satisfied and proud. It's for Pitrum. Our mission is to make riders charging and riding safe. So uh, the mirror is actually one of the product that to achieve our mission. So it's a very simple, very easy project. So to see riders to use it in their real life, in their epic cross country road trip, it's a feels like a dream. We're so proud we make that's our. It feels like our mission is become to reality step by step. And talking to that mirror is a very interesting. You know, it, it's not a planned project, but it just as you mentioned just now for Pitzoom, uh, we are rider oriented brand. Uh, this this mirror, this project came from a rider from Chile. Uh, he were used to use the wisdom mirror, uh, but he felt it's a lot of hassle every time he need to raise his hand. It's uh, a lot of time, in a lot of cases, it takes time. And when you ride on the road, a lot of time it's uh, maybe very instantly the danger can come to you.
Well,
So it's
and another thing I find when I use the wrist mirrors is that when I pick my arm up, it actually at speed it produces a drag effect that it'll turn your body sideways,
yeah
and
yeah
that's always a cumbersome situation. So
yeah
I definitely, by far the head mirror is so much more superior.
yeah, exactly. So that rider, his name is Jin from Chile. He 3D printed his prototype, and he uh, come to me, and I thought it's very interesting, very useful accessory. So I talked to him. We collaborated with him, and we make it happen. So it's one of the example that a lot of our projects are coming from the users. And today we are still working with him on improving that that product.
Well, it's definitely proven itself to be like a tried true, and lots and lots of positive feedback in the chat here about like the about it. So I mean, it's really, really, really been a boon for the entire community. So I'm excited to see that you're getting your, I think they call them flowers, that you're getting your just desserts. I Something that kind of also hit, and another reason why I wanted to talk to you, talking about timing, is the fact that we now have. Could you have predicted we were going to have this 84-volt season of wheels, like in this race, this rocket ship to the moon? Did you ever predict we were going to have this 84-volt season? Hey, what's
Uh,
up, Pacific Northwest?
to be
We
honest,
got we got requests for you. We got requests, Bob, for you to get back into making EUCs. When are you going to start making EUCs again? We got people wanting you to make headlights with cutoffs because there's a gap in the market for these. And then they need the headset to be cheaper. That's the big thing. I think
uh-huh,
they want the price point to be cheaper. So
uh-huh.
anyway, let's keep on. Let's keep on. Sorry, brother. But yeah, the 84-volt season. Could you have imagined that?
To be honest, no. But you know, I have a feeling that um, the EUC will come back to a smaller, more portable. Uh, uh, I have a strong, I had a very strong feeling back to uh, 2 years or 3 years ago. But to be honest, I didn't expect that 84 volts uh, come back in 2025. But it's reasonable, right? If
Yeah, absolutely.
can go
Absolutely.
to a smaller wheels, so it's not necessary to stick on that high voltage platform.
Well, I mean, it makes the wheel a lot more effortless to move, in my opinion. It's just a very effortless experience. There's
Mhm.
not a whole lot of, it feels more of like a novel experience. It doesn't feel like you're committing your entire life to
Mhm.
it.
Yeah.
So it feels very lighthearted.
Yeah.
But in the wake of that, you have the H170. Like, is that the right name? The charger that you have that goes from 84 volts all the way up to 170 volts, right?
Hmm.
Can you tell
Hmm.
the name? Can you tell me the name of that again? The H170N, I think, or something.
Yeah, it's called H1 HW 170. It's uh, you're talking about the portable charger, right?
Yeah. The portable charger with the knobs.
The portable charger with the knob. Uh, Sorry, my signal is
No. It's okay. It's okay. It's just I know that the charger that you have, regardless of the name, I like because that the reason why I'm asking is because there's so many different names and they're so close together. But the fact that the charger itself goes all the way from 84 volts all the way up to 170 volts, I feel like makes it an absolute like money ticket in the 2025 year because there's so many wheels that have a reduced size of battery and they have so much performance at their fingertips, whether you're talking about 43 miles an hour on the 84 volt platform that is the V12S, or you're talking about like dang near 50 miles an hour on the 168 volt platform that is the Rocket. And then I think, I'm not sure, I can't remember, guys, how many volts is the arrow? Does anybody know how many volts the arrow is? If you guys let me know, because so what it looks like though is that this charger has suddenly come back into, in my opinion, into validity, with into utility with this gradient of wheel on hand, whether you're talking about the V9 or whether or not you're talking about the V12S, like I said. So that's like kind of a really cool thing, guys. And with these smaller batteries, like I said, it I didn't feel like I could comfortably go very fast on the Rocket for very long or on the V12S for very long without
uh-huh.
having a charger to bring it back up to snuff in a quick way. And the charger that comes with that Rocket Boy is huge, and the 2.8 volts or amps that you get off of the V12S charger is laughable. So you guys are definitely going to want to look at an aftermarket charger, and if you're dipping into both of those segments, 84 volt and the 168 volt, or anything in between, then this might be something you want to look at, guys. So. At some point, we'll figure out the name of that dang charger, but you're not going to remember it either. If I tell it to you guys, you're still not going to remember it. 126. Everybody, 126. Okay, so boom, one charger to rule them all. So whether you went with the V12, V9, an Arrow, or you went with the Rocket, you got yourself covered underneath one umbrella there. So what what are you guys doing? Like looking into the future, what does Pidzoom have in the oven? What is cooking?
Um, yeah, we
Can
have
you
some.
can you tell me whatever you can tell me? Whatever you can tell me. I
Yeah,
know
of
you can only
course.
say so
Yeah,
much.
yeah, of course. Actually, uh, we we were supposed to come up with a brand new charger in 2025, uh, but it got postponed dramatically because we were trying to use a component made of uh, gallium gallium nitride, that material which is used widely for the fast charger for our phones or laptop chargers.
Mhm.
This component it has very high power and size density. It can make the charger much smaller and much more powerful. It uh, it has been implemented into the fast charger of a cell phone for a couple of years, but uh, it's still something that hasn't implemented for uh, EUCs or PEV riders because it's a relatively new technology. So we were trying uh,
Thanks, Ryan. I
to
appreciate you, bro.
yeah. So we were trying to bridge that gap to implement that technology from the phone industry into the PV industry.
Mhm.
Uh, we were aiming to make a very portable, very small size, and a small charger. It should have a lot of smart features we were planning to develop, to implement into that charger. So this charger, we started that project from 2024, but we have encountered huge technical challenges because this uh, gallium nitride, that material, a lot of the components, they are not so mature for high voltage system. So, for the cell phones, they are very low. It's like 5 amp, 5 volt to charge it up to the phone, right? But for especially for EUCs, we have a much higher voltage platform. So the a lot of electronic components, they are not mature enough, they are not
Yeah.
durable enough. So we damaged a lot of components we tested, but we failed a lot of time. So this project delayed dramatically, but we are still working on it. Last week we have some very exciting progress. Uh, so we are seeing some positive signals recently. Uh, so I don't know when it will be ready to be released, but uh, we'll go and see. We will keep working on that until it happens. So
Well, I
that's
know
yeah.
when it happens, I know you're gonna have a big audience full of a bunch of people that are super duper eager to see what it is because I know
Mhm.
if you can bring that footprint down on those chargers and bring that weight down on those chargers, it's going to be a game changer for a lot of people.
Mhm.
We did have a big a question and a super thanks over here from Ryan, and he was asking what you thought would be possible inside of a Bluetooth mesh intercom. So do you think we could do a low cost Bluetooth mesh intercom? And we got saved. Our buddy Blue Collar Joe, thank you, my friend. Blue Collar Joe or Blue Collar Jose. Sorry, Jose, my bad, bro. It's the HW 170W. So you were right on. You were right on. And he said it was a lifesaver for him. He did 80 miles on his V9 and it wouldn't have been possible without that charger. So that's more or less what I mean, guys. It's absolutely a lifesaver, a game changer right now. Um, so what are your thoughts on a Bluetooth mesh system from Pidzoom that is low cost? What would that project look like? Is that possible? Is that something that you could do?
Yeah, of course it's possible. We can make it, but I don't know. For this kind of intercom, there are also a lot of options out there in the market. Actually, the one that I used like 2 years ago, it's a Bluetooth mesh system. It's a, it's only cost like uh, 40 $40, 30 or 40 US dollars.
But was it a mesh, like a wireless mesh, or was it just Bluetooth connected? Because I know that like with a wireless mesh, you can do like 12 to like 16 riders. Some of these things have. So because I know that there's Bluetooth connecting ones, and I've had
Uh-huh.
those, and they're not
Uh-huh.
necessarily that great. But the wireless mesh, that Bluetooth mesh, is a little bit of a different thing.
Ah, okay. Maybe we were use just the Bluetooth
Yeah, yeah, the
connectivity.
wireless mesh is a little different.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So So for this one, I need to learn more about that technology. But
Okay, so we'll put a bookmark in that.
yeah, but at least technically speaking, it's definitely feasible to make some income from that technology.
I think it's something for sure that there's lots of interest in, and at the rate and the cost of what Cardo and Cinna is doing with, charging like 200 plus, 250, $300 a headset. I think that there's room in that market for a competitor that makes sense, but still provides a high quality product. So, that's just my 2 cents. And I think that there is a whole lot of interest in that. Um, so we're getting close. We got a couple more things that I wanted to talk about, but we're getting close towards the end here.
Mhm.
And I really wanted to know, and we kind of went already over this, about what wheels that you currently had, and then if there was any wheels that you were really excited about. Like if there's anything brewing that's cooking, everybody's always excited about the new wheels. So what new wheel is Bob Yan excited about right now?
Actually, the when I tried the pattern S, before that, I tried Emotion V14 and the pattern, but
Mhm.
when I tried the pattern S, it feels like a magic. It's a much lighter with almost the same size. Uh, I don't know. It seems Librachem they are very good at the weight control. It's because for me, I'm not a very technical writers. My writing
Mhm.
skill is just so, not that good enough. So even for the trails I write, they're just light trails. They are not like hardcore rocky trails and not anything like that. I don't do stairs, something like that. So I just do some light trails. For me, from pattern to pattern S, I can feel um, very big difference in terms of their the reduced weight. Like I remember it's like reduced by 6 or 5 pounds, maybe, uh, but with the same package. So it feels very
It's
different.
compelling. I mean, I've been seeing a lot of compelling evidence that they've made a sustain like a legitimate upgrade to that platform, which makes me excited. I'm really happy that Librachem's not getting lazy with their success. It's very easy to get lazy in success, and they're
Yeah.
certainly not. They're not letting themselves get lazy at all.
Mhm.
So the I guess in closing, kind of a final reflection sort of thing. What what motivates you most inside of this space to keep on doing what it is that you're doing? Like what holds your passion for EUC alive?
Um, for me, EUC is like, especially in EUC community, is like a family. It's a EUC is a niche
I feel
market
that.
right now. It's a, but all the EUC writers across the world. It's I can see a lot of them passionate. They are so in that game. It's touched me a lot. It's in that community, it's no politics, no country, no. It's a cross-border community. It's like a big family. People, you see, writers they are carrying each others and are very open to provide other suggestions, advice, and it's a so that community atmosphere. It kept me in that in here. It feels like I'm a member of that community to make feel I'm belong to somewhere. So uh, I mean, the writers are the biggest motivation for me to live to uh, keep staying here and trying to engage with them and to make something happen. So for Pitzoom, we are making, frankly speaking, small accessories. but we are trying to uh, keep our mission to make a ride and charge safe. And also we are trying our best to support as many as possible. Uh, we have been sponsoring a lot of local riding activities. Uh, Maybe not that much in terms of the money or value, but a lot of time when organizers they reach out to us for sponsorship, we will try our best to not let them down. We will provide something according to their
I mean, I see that constantly.
yeah.
Inside of the community, I see, lots of events where, the prize will be a Pitzoom product of some sort. And so I constantly do see the engagement. I know, like me, you've personally sponsored me, to promote and review, some of the items that you've manufactured. And most recently, even the HW170W. So it's like, I and so many other people have nothing but all of the gratitude in the world for you, Bob. You have done so much for us all, and your time at In Motion was definitely felt, and the ripples of that impact were felt even through today. And now, inside of the EUC space as a whole, we do have this cool little heart and this little heart and soul called Pidzoom that is dedicated to what it is that we're doing. And it is unique. And we are fortunate to be able to have the ear of the creator, the person manufacturing these products so close to us. And for that, I am grateful, and we are all very, very, very lucky. And so, I'm fortunate, and it looks like I'm not the only one who feels that way. So, I'm going to say thank you so much for hanging out with me this evening, and for you this morning, today. And we'll talk to you again soon, man. I mean, I'll probably catch you on in the chats in there somewhere, but thanks for chatting it up and just catching up. And really, guys, this was just me wanting to catch up with an old friend and kind of chew his ear about some cool stuff and throw him some flowers for some of the cool things that he did. And, just the relevance of the HW170W. Thank you so much, Blue Collar Jose, for helping us out with that. It was worth a dialogue. It will help people out there. And I thank you so much again, Bob. And if you have anything that you want to say on your way out, then please do so. If not, then I'll bid you farewell, and we'll talk again soon.
Yeah, thank you, Johnny. Thank you for all your followers hanging out with us. Thank you, everyone.
All right, man. All right, guys, say bye to Bob, and we're gonna get out of here, guys. Thank you so much. It's been real. Take care and good
Take
day.
care.